I would love nothing more than to share my practice with you guys. The first thing I kind of want to cover really quickly is one, I have been doing meditation work, witchcraft, spells, like all these things for a long time. So I already have a really well established grounding place or a safe place for me to go. And I only say that because sometimes working with energies, vibrations, spirits, they can feel very overwhelming. They can induce anxiety, give you a sense of fear. So it's really important to have that grounding safe place to go back to. So just make sure you work on that as part of your practice before you start doing other things. And then I also wanted to just kind of remind you that there is no right or wrong way to do this. This is not the only way I practice chakra crystal work. This is not the only way you're ever going to see. So if it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. And just keep experimenting until you find the things that do. That being said, let's get into it. So I'm going to grab my chakra crystals, and the reason I have them in this bag is I don't like them touching my other crystals. I like my crystals to be cleansed and have their intentions with what they're supposed to be doing, so I house them together, and I don't want them to touch my other crystals that are for other spell work or things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crystals out of here, and since I am doing a seated meditation, I'm actually going to put my crystals on my thigh. If I'm doing seated, I'll put it on my thigh. If I am on my bed laying down or laying down in some kind of manner, I will actually put them right next to me. But since I'm seated, I'll be doing this, so I'm going to align these as I can. So I'm going to put these in order because it's what makes me happy and it's what I want to do. So that's what I do. I start from bottom up. You can choose to do anything in your practice. This is just what works really well for me. So I'm going to put my red jasper down. I'm going to put my carnelian next, and then I'm going to put my yellow jasper, my green adventurine, and then I'm not showing you guys my crystals, and then my blue quartz. And then I'm going to put in my amethyst and then my clear quartz. So that is all on my thigh lined up. I'm not going to do the meditation here because that would take way too long, but I am going to show you how I set up for this and kind of what works for me. So like I said, I'm going to start at the root chakra because I go bottom up. So that is going to be a lot of grounding. That is going to be the I am mantra that I use. So I use this to connect with my sense of self and my physical reality. So I will say I am safe, I am grounded, I am protected. I will say things like that, and I do keep this in between my fingers while I am meditating because I do like to rub it together. The sensation really brings me a sense of just joy, grounding, happiness. I like the way the smooth tumbled stones feel, so that's what I use, but I will also use other things if I feel they resonate with me that day. When I go to sacral, I am going to say I feel statements. Again, I'm going to put I feel connected. I feel a sense of safety. This is going to be something that not only sets me up for a good practice, but also kind of gives me control over what I'm feeling in the moment. I can kind of give my intentions out, but also just state how I'm feeling and just really listen to those messages that my body's trying to give me. When I move into the solar plexus, I'm going to do I do statements. So I do want, and this is usually the area where I tend to put my full intentions out there. I do want to feel this. I do want to accomplish this. I do want this from this meditation. And then I'm going to move on to the heart chakra, and that is going to be the I love statements for me. So I am going to say I love my family, I love, my practice, I love my energies, I love my ancestors. It's also what I use to say I am loved, I embody love, I am capable of love, I am willing to accept love, things like that. It's going to focus for me a lot of emotionality there. Sometimes I'll use it for gratitude and forgiveness and whatever I need in that moment. And then I'm going to move to the throat. I spend a lot of time here. This is usually one that I tend to get stuck on in my meditation because I am very empathetic. I tend to be a little bit of a pushover. So I really work on my throat chakra a lot, and this is the I speak intention. So I will say I am capable of speaking. I can speak my boundaries. I will speak my boundaries. I am able to, I am allowed to speak my boundaries, my truth, my peace, whatever that might be. This is where I tend to spend a lot of time just because that is a true issue for me, and it's something that I like to work on. Just building the boundaries and getting that sense of connection and just knowing that I am okay with establishing boundaries and healthy lines in life. The next one is going to be the third eye, also one of my favorites again. I have amethyst for this one, and this is going to be the eye C. And the reason I really enjoy this is how I kind of connect with my own clairvoyancy, sensing of energies. I'm a very energy empathetic person. I don't necessarily see aura in colors. I actually feel it very heavily. So this is where I like to try to put that into a visualization almost. Like I see the connection, I see, and if I'm manifesting something that I really actually want from this meditation, I will walk through exactly what I see and exactly what I want. It's very important to kind of give your crystals and your meditations and your energy guidance of where you want it to go, while also staying open to the messages they're trying to send you. It's almost like a conversation. You want to be able to hear and feel and stay attuned, but you also want to assert some type of intention, manifestation, command, or else the energy will kind of just do whatever it wants. If you want something from it, be sure to let that be known while you're working with these. And the last one is going to be the crown. So I use clear quartz for this. I'm going to share a ton of other crystals you can use. This is just what resonates with me right now, but this is the I understand intention that I use. So I will say, I understand the message, I understand the connection. And if I don't understand at that point, I will say, I want to understand my role. I want to understand my path. I want to understand. I will use that to kind of sense some clarity. I also really love to imagine at the end of my practice, my entire body being covered in or filled up with like a white light. That's just what resonates with me at this time. And I really do tend to feel an energy shift when I do that. And then I end the practice by genuinely saying, okay, thank you for this practice. I appreciate all the input. I appreciate the energy. I'm grateful for this, connection I have with the universe, and I am done at this time. Just because if I don't, I feel very susceptible to energy all day long, and I'm already an empath, and that's very difficult. So I tend to end my practices very bluntly, but you don't have to if that doesn't resonate with you. So I hope that helps answer some questions. I have a ton more to share. It's just I don't want to make this video super long and then you can't watch it. So if you have any other questions or if there's anything I could help with, I would absolutely love to. Good luck on your crystal journey. We all deserve one.